Hey everybody! I'm here today to show you and tell you how to fix a squeaking treadmill. This will be a tutorial with easy instructions, so let's get right into the video. Now, your treadmill might be squeaking for many different reasons. I'm going to try to address the majority of the most common reasons why your treadmill might be squeaking so that hopefully you can fix it. Now, if you're ever in doubt, you can consult your owner's manual for your specific model of your treadmill, and they're probably going to have some advice in there as well, but these are just general tips for most treadmills that you can sort of apply to the majority of treadmills on the market, and even older treadmills as well. So let's get right into the video, okay? So the first thing is to make sure that the arms are nice and tight. Now, the arms of your treadmill are the parts basically that connect the upright piece to the bottom piece over here, to the platform. So these are the arms on this treadmill, and you're going to want to make sure that they're nice and tight. You're going to likely find some bolts or some screws, most likely bolts actually, but very rarely screws from what I understand and from what I have seen on various treadmills that I've worked on over the years. And essentially, when you find those bolts or screws, you're going to want to make sure that they're tight enough. Make sure that they're tightened down enough, okay? So take a look at the arms of the treadmill. Make sure that they're nice and tight, because if they're loose, you're going to get squeaking. Now, this is tight. So you can see this is moving, but in reality, it's not really moving at all. It's just the top is shaking, but the bottom, where the arms connect to the platform, is completely secure. So that's tight enough. That's what it should look like, basically, okay? The next thing is you want to put some lubricant, some treadmill lubricant on the pivoting points of the treadmill, okay? There's different lubricants that you can use. You got to sort of use your judgment and do your own research. It depends on the treadmill, on the material that you're lubricating and stuff, but at the end of the day, you want to put some lubricant on the pivoting points. Anything that moves should be lubricated. So, for instance, okay, I'm going to fold this up. I'm going to just start to fold this up. When I raise this platform up, you can see over here that those are pivoting points right there. That's a pivoting point. I would lubricate that if the treadmill was squeaking, especially if you hear a squeak when you're lifting it up. Lubricate that. Also, when it's on the ground, okay, when you sort of give it a little bounce, when you bounce on it a little bit, there's also some other parts that might flex. You want to lubricate those as well. So make sure you're lubricating anything that moves. And if you hear a squeak from a specific component, then consider lubricating that as well. It all depends on the component that we're talking about, but if it's a moving part or a pivoting part, chances are you can lubricate it and it will fix that squeaking sound, okay? The next thing is to actually adjust the belt. So with this treadmill, the squeaking sound that you can hear is if I step right back here, okay? You hear that? That squeaking sound, that creaking sound is, in my opinion, because the belt tensioner back here is probably just a little bit too tight. It's normal to hear a little bit of sound back there, but I think it's just a little bit too tight. So you can adjust the treadmill belt using the tensioner screws back here. There's bolts over here and over here. You can make adjustments to fix that problem, or if the squeaking is coming from anywhere along the belt. Okay, the next thing that you can do is lubricate the belt, which is really easy to do. I've actually done another video on that. I don't know if I will have already released it by the time this comes out, or if I will be releasing it shortly. So either you will have already seen it or stay tuned for it. But at the end of the day, lubricating the belt is easy. You just want to get some lubricant under the belt and make sure it makes its way around the platform underneath the belt. So lubricate the belt, which you should be doing as part of your regular maintenance anyways. And then also, you want to make sure that your treadmill is on an even surface at the bottom. If your treadmill is not on an even floor, that will contribute to the creaking, okay, and the squeaking and any sounds that you hear. These are, I believe, vinyl tiles. This is my parents' basement. These are vinyl tiles, and this is on a level surface. But if it was on, like, you know, other tiles, like porcelain tiles, it's a lot easier for it to be on a not level surface. So it all depends. They're actually getting rid of this treadmill because it's old and it no longer works. They've replaced it with this treadmill. So actually, I'm going to give my dad a hand lifting this outside. We're going to tag team it. And before we remove it, I'm doing a whole bunch of videos with it, because that's just how I roll. Lastly, the last thing that you can consider if your treadmill is making a squeaking sound and you want to fix it is look for a specific component that's making the sound. And I already went over this, right? But it might be something internal. It might be something far beyond the pivoting points. You want to try and listen for the specific component that's making the squeaking sound. Once you've narrowed it down to one component, you can either lubricate it, replace it, fix it, tighten it, loosen it. There's many different things depending on the component, but there are a whole bunch of things that you can try out. But that is essentially it. That is how to fix a squeaking treadmill, a tutorial with easy peasy, super duper easy peasy instructions. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.